Our generation has been conditioned to stare at their phones instead of establishing the necessary in-person connections. You've let social anxiety put you in a box that's probably preventing you from asking out that girl you like, or telling the waiter the food is good when in reality it tastes like absolute shit. So let's break out of that. Aristotle once said, "Man is by nature a social animal." Our cooperation with each other has built empires, our intimate connections have created life, and our collaboration has led to impossible ideas becoming reality. Yet in the modern age, you are too scared to say hello to a girl you like. You can't even properly order at a drive-thru without overthinking. So how can you overcome this? Welcome to downtown Vancouver. There's this cliche with big cities and always smelling like absolute shit, but it doesn't smell bad here at all. Maybe it's because of all the rain we've been getting. I mean, this is the first day all week it hasn't rained. And because of that, I thought, why not head down in the city, explore a little. And what better place to talk about social anxiety than right here, where I'm already getting dozens of stares and people probably thinking I'm a complete fucking idiot. If you had asked me a couple months ago to make a video of myself in a busy metropolitan area, I likely would have gotten physically ill at the thought of it. You see, I've never been the most extroverted person. Sure, I was talkative and outgoing with my close friends, but new people was a completely different story. College changed all of that for me. All of a sudden, I was put in a position where I didn't know a single person. It was either endure a little bit of awkwardness or go the next 4 years without any friends. So I became outgoing. If you're experiencing feelings of social anxiety, I've been there and I can help you overcome it. I'm really starting to notice that fall temperature change, so I'm gonna put on this shirt before I get hypothermia. If you clicked on this video looking for 5 quick and easy tips to instantly overcome social anxiety, then I can't help you. Realistically, any YouTube video promising these fast and easy solutions is lying to you. If they were so easy to solve, people wouldn't have these problems. What I can do for you, however, is instill my own advice and strategies that have helped me work towards becoming a more socially confident person. The human mind is a fascinating place. We are so microscopic compared to the grand scheme of the universe, and yet we still feel that it revolves around us. When we go out in public, we imagine ourselves being judged by everyone around us. But the truth is, they're so focused on how they will be perceived by others that they didn't take the time to notice your awkward stutter or your bad first impression. Now, why is this important? Because the root of social anxiety stems from outside, over-exaggerated factors. When we are alone, there are things we do that we wouldn't otherwise do in public. Without other people around, there's no fear of embarrassment or humiliation. Yet for some reason, our brain creates these threats as soon as other people are around. We imagine them swarming us like vultures, just waiting for us to mess up. Everyone is only truly ever worried about themselves. It's why people forget your name right after asking it. They're not actually listening to what you're saying. They're just trying to follow social norms as to not be seen as an outcast. Chances are they're looking back at you, fixating on what you think of them. This is crucial to know because it allows you to take away the burden of anxiety. Who cares if you say something dumb or trip over your words? The fact is, you are not the most important person to ever speak. Nobody is analyzing every word that comes out of your mouth. Without worrying about yourself, you can finally shift the focus over to the other person. Now, you are present in the moment instead of letting anxiety control where the conversation goes. This will allow for deeper social connections and the realization that your overthinking brain probably can't be trusted. Pretty cool spot, right? Reminds me of somewhere they'd throw upper-class, elegant parties in the 20th century, serving overpriced wine and caviar. Caviar. It's a fun word to say. Speaking of parties, have you ever found yourself at a social event wanting to go up to people and make conversation, but being too afraid that you wouldn't be able to find the right thing to say? Or worse, you'd run out of things to say. So how do you break free of this psychological battle? Well, if you have the mindset of, what am I gonna say next? You've already lost. You see, conversation is a two-way streak, and if you're thinking ahead to the next words that are gonna come out of your mouth, you're not paying attention to what the other person is saying. You'll find that by not focusing on what you're going to say next, these feelings of anxiety will be removed. Sure, it might feel like you'll run out of things to say, but as long as you're actively listening to the person in front of you, you'll be able to engage in a meaningful conversation. This is great if you want to play the passive role, but what if you want to drive the conversation forward? People love to talk about themselves. So feed into this. Ask that person questions about themselves. Start with more general, broader questions such as what are their favorite hobbies or what kind of music do they listen to? And then follow up with more personalized questions based on their responses. This will allow you to not seem like a robot. Also, it'll make the conversation feel more personal. Whoever you're talking to will feel like you're actually listening to what they're saying. But what happens when you run out of questions to ask? The key is within observational conversation. For example, if you see somebody wearing a pair of shoes you like or a cool hoodie, just comment on it. Point out what's right in front of you. It's a guaranteed conversation waiting to happen. Remember, these strategies are just to get the ball rolling and remove those initial feelings of anxiety. At a certain point, you're gonna have to talk like a normal human being. Nobody wants to listen to you ask them questions for 45 minutes or talk about how the leaves are changing colors for an hour. It can be daunting knowing there's no strict guidelines on what to say at every given point in a conversation. If only there were some way to get better at talking with people. Alright, I'm gonna be real with you because nobody else will. Don't take it personally. You are a bitch. Let me explain. I know you. After watching this video, you'll probably watch 10 more and forget everything I said. You'd like hearing about all these ways to become a more socially confident person, but you're too lazy to implement any of them. If you really want to get rid of your social anxiety, you have to go outside and practice. Everywhere you go, spark conversations. Because the only way to truly improve is to actually do it. But Ryder, I'm just naturally anxious. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'm done with your excuses, and I know you're done with your excuses. I don't believe that any human is born with these feelings. After all, we're a social creature that depends on each other for survival. If you could learn to develop these anxieties, you could unlearn them. Your mind doesn't always know what's best for you, so turn it off and start talking. I get that I'm being harsh, but it's only because I was you. I missed out on so many things because I was scared of interacting with people and socializing. You have to learn to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Everything I say in this video is virtually useless unless you step out and speak. Start small. Start by complimenting a stranger on the sidewalk or asking them how their day is going. Little things like that will help you build confidence over time, and eventually you'll have full-length conversations without even thinking about it. You'll think back to a time when you couldn't even say hello to somebody in the hall or maintain eye contact for more than 2 seconds at a time. But it all starts with you. That's nice. I just wanted to wrap up my thoughts for the day. These interactions are going to be a part of your life from now until the day you die. So the least you can do is make yourself more comfortable with them. There's already so many things to worry about in life that speaking with others should not be one of them. So apply these strategies and become that outgoing, confident person you always dreamed of. And always remember, if I can make it, so can you. I always feel